Well, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from like the west side of Charlotte, though, from a historically black neighborhood. And I dropped a project in 2012 called West 1996. So yeah, and it all started from there. And my homeboy, oldest brother, was into hip hop, and we started a group, and that's when we really was like, you know, maybe we might have a little something here, you know. And yeah, and going back to discovering my brother's CDs when he went off to the military and stuff like that, and discovering the era of like hip hop in '96 and '97, you know, Outkast, Goody Mob, Nas, you know. Honestly, in Charlotte, man, it just really about creating the culture and people coming together to really realize what we have. I feel like Charlotte don't realize what it has yet. And I think that's what kind of like keeps us underground so much. But we got a lot of people like that's really starting to break the surface though. It's getting to the point now we're not going to be able to tell our kids or grandkids where we come from and what makes us who we are today, you know? And even musically, like we're not going to have those venues to go to that was appreciative of hip hop. And we're not going to have those venues after a while. I didn't graduate high school, so I didn't want my mom to think that I was wasting my time, not knowing that she would fully support it, you know, after a while. But at first, it was just something I kept under wraps. I kept in shoe boxes under my bed. I would stash rhymes everywhere, and she would eventually find them, you know. And I didn't know that she was so supportive of what I was doing until this actually came about, getting signed and stuff like that. I used to try to keep it under wraps because I didn't want her to think that I was wasting my time doing it. I first met Cole in 2012. I was working at Walmart at the time, and he was out in Florida, and a guy that he was out at a show with, I guess, asked what was the hip hop scene like in North Carolina, or, you know, who's the artist you listening to? And he was like, I don't know, put me on. And he's like, have you heard of this guy named Lute? He's like, nah, I'm gonna check him out. And he found me on Two Dope Boys and went back and saw more of my music on YouTube. And he tried to reach out to me on Twitter. And at that time, you know, for you to DM somebody on Twitter, you had to be following them. And I wasn't following them at the time because I was fresh to Twitter. And I was working at Walmart one day, and my boy Scott hit me up like, yo, Cole just hit me up, said he fuck with your music. Like, yo, you need to hit this dude up right now. And I'm like, Cole ain't hit you up, bro. Stop playing my phone. And he kept hitting me up. He was adamant about it. So on my lunch break, I was like, yo, let me see what he's talking about. So I follow Cole. As soon as I follow him, Cole hit me up. It was like, yo, I really fuck with your project, and we're gonna be out here at the Fillmore the weekend because it was CIAA. He's like, yo, man, come through the Fillmore so I can tell you how I found out about your music, and you know, we could talk more. And that's when I first met him. It was discouraging at times because it wasn't my fault, or not even Dreamville's fault, that the album wasn't coming out. It was just, we was waiting on these samples to get cleared. Some producers we couldn't find, because the whole project, well, the original project, I got all those beats from YouTube. So we had to go back and find those producers. Mind you, before then, we just dropping songs. We didn't have to go through sample clearances or worry about who the producer was, because they wasn't gonna come for us. We nobodies, you know? So when the signing thing happened and we had to go through things the right way, we had to go find these producers, and some of those producers didn't get found, and some of those samples didn't get cleared. So me thinking I'm coming to a situation with a full project done made me realize how incomplete the project was when those samples and those producers didn't get found. I had to redo at least every song on that project twice, you know. The makings of West 1996 Part 2, I sat and I asked myself, what was 96 Part 1 missing? And I felt like my hooks could have been better, and I felt like, you know, with that, I showcased that I could spit, but what's gonna give me longevity? Like, what's gonna make people continue to listen? What's my replay value gonna be like? I need to get more into writing songs versus giving niggas bars. So it's just like, yo, I just gotta get better at my pen. I didn't graduate, so in my mind, you know, I got responsibilities to do. Like before 96 Part 2, man, music wasn't even my priority. You know, I got a crib that, you know, I'm behind on rent with, You know, I got a job that I'm barely making it in, so, you know, I'm not getting paid much. So music was the least, you know, it wasn't even on my mind. And when my daughter came, we had a guy interview us with the group, and he asked my boy, he was like, yo, like, what's up with Lute? Like, what's taking him so long to make music? And my boy was like, I don't know. Like, if I had a daughter, I have a lot to write about. And when I read that, I was like, damn, he's right. Like, I'm so caught up in, you know, my 9 to 5 and working that I'm not realizing that I got a hell of a story to tell. You know, I'm just here to tell the story of my day-to-day life. So it could be better, it could get worse. Whatever it is, I'm going to paint a picture of it, you know.